On the Daily Pod, today we're here with
Haywood Highsmith
of the
Miami Heat.
There you go. What's going on, man?
Very excited to have our first NBA player on the
NBA
podcast.
player.
Appreciate you guys having
And
me.
he's from the hometown too, so even better.
Best team in the league.
I wouldn't agree with that, but hey,
Come on.
Oh man,
sorry, man. I'm not gonna be fake just because
who's your favorite team?
LeBron James.
It's not even a team.
Next conversation.
Fuck, he's not fucking with it.
Nah, I'm LeBron. He's one of the greatest player of my generation, so I respect it.
Okay, yeah, man. I mean, back in high school, I would be there at the lunch tables. LeBron's the best. This and that, and then Wade, of course, wins it like 2 years afterwards. I was in hell. But yeah, moving forward, I'm here with my co-host Skrill as always.
Skrill here.
Tyler's not here today. He's with the Queen. Shout out Queen. It's her birthday. But we do have Rappo stepping in. There we go.
Okay.
First day on the job, but he is no rookie. So yeah, man, we wanted to have you on board, have a generic conversation. We really want our listeners to see your story from your perspective. And I guess we're going to ask you a bit about sneakers also.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll throw some of that in there.
So,
Sure.
We'll start at the beginning. Archbishop Curley, you attended there for high school.
Yeah.
Is that where you started to play basketball?
Nah, I've been playing basketball since I was like young, like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, my father played, so it was just naturally in me to play. I played football as well, but I chose basketball in the end.
All right.
Good
Pretty
choice.
Pretty tall dude, man. You been tall ever since a kid, or did you just?
My father's pretty tall, so yeah, he's like 6'5". My mom is actually kind of tall. Well, she kind of tall as well. She's like 5'11". So.
All right, yeah.
When's the first time you dunked?
I think I was like 13. It was pretty just exciting moment for me. But once you're able to dunk and you get used to it, it's kind of like okay.
All right, kind of goes into the question I was going to ask you, which was, what would you say your favorite moment from Archbishop Curley would be?
That's a good question. I would probably say just walking across that stage. When I graduated high school, I know my parents always wanted me to get a diploma no matter what. So I was just proud to just accomplish that. And just get to that moment. And, my parents was very happy, so it was just a great moment all around.
All right, that's dope, man. I'm happy to hear it wasn't like a basketball moment. I feel like that would have been the generic easy question.
Too easy to answer that
for sure.
Like that, yeah.
So, Archbishop, I kind of did some research, saw other podcasts that you were on. You mentioned on a podcast that you didn't expect to play professionally. So in high school, you weren't taking it as serious as maybe as you should have in the beginning. Yeah,
for sure. I don't know why my mindset was so lazy in high school. I kind of just thought it would just come to me naturally, and I just wouldn't have to put as much work as needed to be to get to where I was trying to get.
Okay.
Everybody has aspirations of playing at the highest level, NBA, NFL, MLB, wherever in sports. But I think people don't realize literally how much work it takes to get to even close to getting there. Only like 0.3% people make it to the professional sports or whatever. So in high school, I just wasn't the hardest worker. I didn't put the extra work in, extra time in, but it kind of was the reason why I was so in like slow motion getting to where I was at. I went to a smaller school. I didn't get a lot of interest in high school, but probably if I would have worked harder, I would have ended up, maybe somewhere else. But everything happens for a reason, so I'm proud of my journey either way. And I don't regret anything, because I am who I am right now because of that.
Okay. So Archbishop, for those of you who don't know, it's in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you born and raised?
Born and
raised in Baltimore?
Yeah,
all right.
Shout out Baltimore.
Yeah.
Shout out Wale.
For 1-0. Wale's kind of from D.C. though.
My bad.
Different area?
Different area for sure.
So growing up in Baltimore, the competition there had to be, better than like most cities. Baltimore is known for basketball.
Yeah.
And you're saying you didn't work out during high school, so the game, you must have been good. Must have been better than most at that point.
I wouldn't say I didn't work out. I just didn't think I put in enough work to get to where I wanted to be. It's like one of the best, I guess.
Like you feel like you could have done way more.
I could have done way more,
Yeah,
for sure.
gotcha.
Could have done way more. But Baltimore has a lot of talent. So, that definitely, just playing in that area, playing around the Baltimore, just everybody in the competition, all the different players. Also DC, the DMV area, a lot of good players around there as well. But that definitely prepared me for just everything.
Yes, I'm pretty sure from all those different cities, the Hoopers are traveling around. You guys are playing against one another growing up, and you see the same faces over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Did you get any strong offers like at all coming out of high school?
Not really like high level where I was trying to go. I got Division II, Division III, prep school, but not really. I had D1 like interest, like they would send me mail and stuff, but they never like offered a scholarship.
So how'd you land on going to, it was Wheeling, right?
Yeah, Wheeling. So when I was going through my senior year in high school, we had some options as far as what I was going to do next. Maybe go to prep school, maybe go to a Division III school, maybe go to one of these other Division II schools, and going like it wasn't a full scholarship, it was like probably like a half scholarship. So me and my parents decided I was going to try to, after I graduated high school, I played AAU basketball just to see if I can get more looks. Mind you, I'm playing AAU basketball, and most of my friends know where they're going to college. Most of my classmates know where they're going to college, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out where I'm going. But so I played in a tournament in like New Jersey, got a couple looks from some like more high Division II schools. Like it was Wheeling Jesuit, which where I ended up going, and there was another school called Wilmington, which was in Delaware, not too far from Baltimore. But I ended up choosing Wheeling because I just was familiar with the coach. Nice campus. It wasn't too far from Baltimore, but it was far enough where I could grow as an individual.
What city is that in?
Wheeling, West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Wheeling, West Virginia. Yeah, it's like 4 hours from Baltimore. 4 hours. But yeah, I mean, I just connected with Wheeling, and ultimately it ended up being one of the best decisions of my life going there because I just got better and better and better while I was there.
Okay. How would you say that transition was going from Archbishop to a D2 school like Wheeling just said?
Yeah. College basketball is not for the weak as far as just, as a freshman, your first couple of days, couple of weeks, you got to be a student and you got to be, an athlete as well. We had early workouts, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and to me, I'm not a morning person at all.
Yeah.
It was tough for me to get up sometimes. Honestly, I might have missed a couple probably. Looking back at it, because I was just like, I'm not doing this today. I'm gonna fake sick. I'm gonna do this, but it was just me just being lazy and not understanding, why I'm here and what it took to get here and what it's gonna take to keep going. But yeah, I mean the transition, it was tough for me at first as a freshman. Like I said, I wasn't used to the working out so early, working out, again in the middle of the day, just everything that came with it. But I eventually just became a man and just said fuck it. I'm gonna get through this, because, I want to play college basketball and I want to get a free education, and I don't want to give up on my dreams and aspirations. So yeah, it was tough at first for sure.
So at this point, you have dreams and aspirations of making it to the NBA. You're in a D2 school.
I think.
Were you there more for basketball or for the academics?
I don't think my aspirations at first at Division II school was NBA.
Okay.
Because I was realistic with myself. It's hard to get to the NBA for Division II school. I don't think people have got drafted since I don't know when. So it's going to be tough. I think the reason why I thugged it out and stayed there is because I just wanted to just prove to myself and prove to like my family and prove to just everybody that, I can do this and I'm built for this. And then, once I got through that, I started to see that, I'm actually good at basketball and I can get to maybe play professionally one day. I think that's how it went down.
Is there any specific reason that you think maybe you didn't get the D1 offers?
I didn't work hard enough, and I was a late bloomer.
Gotcha.
So you spoke briefly on another podcast of your head coach at Wheeling, and you spoke highly of him.
Yeah.
Can you let the listeners know who was your head coach?
Yeah, Danny. His name is Danny Sancombe. He's actually from Maryland. He went to Wheeling Jesuit as well back in his day, and he was an unbelievable player. But I mean, like I always say, he's one of the best coaches I had. He pushed me so hard, to the point where it's like, I want to fight this guy. Like I'm tired of this guy. But it was tough love, and I needed that at the time just to become the best version of myself. And he's just an unbelievable coach, unbelievable motivator, leader. And until this day, we still have constant communication. He actually came to a Miami Heat game this past season. We had dinner. I'm pretty close with his kids. His kids watch all my games. So I mean, that's like like an uncle to me, maybe even like a father figure as well. I have a father, but like a second father figure as well. He was unbelievable man, and I look up to him a lot.
Of course, man. I heard on that podcast that you even said like, oh, I have NBA coaches now, of course, but that was still one of the best coaches of your basketball career.
I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for him. I firmly believe that.
Big shout out to Coach.
Yeah.
How was it winning the Division II Player of the Year award?
Yeah, I mean, that was just. I mean, it was a great moment for me because I put in so much work throughout my freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and then for it to happen, my senior year was just icing on the cake. Because I think I won Player of the Year in my conference, All-American, first team, this and that, and then Player of the entire nation. I mean, that's just icing on the cake, and shout out to my teammates and my coaches for that year who helped me get that award, and shout out to my family for all the support, and it was just a beautiful moment. And then my parents still have that award in the house as well. So
it definitely aged well because there's not many Division II Player of the Year award winners that end up playing in the NBA. It's very tough to make it, as you spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that you won that, and I was like, oh shit, it's pretty dope. I kind of looked up the list of NBA players. I saw Charles Oakley was on there.
Charles Oakley, nice.
Like, yo, that's dope,
I didn't
man.
know that. That's nice.
This is huge. Like, I'm like, damn. And then obviously you make it to the NBA, being that you weren't one of the biggest names coming out of high school or coming out of college, so it made the juice that much sweeter for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So once you graduated from Wheeling, what happened right after that?
So I mean, obviously I wanted to go professionally, so I mean I had to kind of pick an agent. It was right back to work in the gym, but then I had to figure out the agent part and all that stuff, and the route we was taking to get there. But met with a few agents, decided on one. He was from my area as well, Jerry Dianis. He's kind of from he was born in New York, but he's kind of from the DC area. We just connected on a whole bunch of different things, and we decided to take the G League route, and ended up getting some connections with some Sixers people, and got our foot in the door with the Blue Coats. I don't know if you guys want me to keep going on that story. It's kind of a long story, but I mean, it's up to you guys.
I actually had a question about the Delaware Blue Coats. For those who don't know, I wanted to ask you, while you were playing for them, was the dream of making the NBA that much closer to you? Did it feel that much attainable?
Yeah, I mean, the G League is right underneath the NBA. They literally have scouts, I'm pretty sure, watching every single game. So, I mean, I could feel the NBA right there if I just pushed and really showed them what I can do and, why I can be an NBA player. So, definitely for sure. When I got to the G League, I was excited, because I was getting an opportunity to literally showcase what I could do in G League games in front of NBA scouts, NBA people. So, I mean, what else better can I ask for?
Yeah, and at the same time, you're going to be meeting a whole new network of people by walking through that G League door. So,
what's that schedule like, the G League schedule?
It's not as tough as the NBA. I'm not going to lie. It's not 82 games. I have no idea the exact amount. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's 30, 40, something like that. And they also get a little break. But they also have a little showcase in December where every team goes to Vegas and plays in front of literally plays in front of every NBA scout executive in the NBA. It's just, I mean, the G League is not the same as the NBA. It's definitely different. You don't get private flights or you got to ride commercial. The pay is obviously not the same. The food is not always the best.
Grind.
It's a grind. It's a grind, but it's you got to be grateful to be there and just embrace being there, and you could be worse places. So I was grateful. I was grateful for the G League. It wasn't that bad to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, even making the G League is not many people make the G League anyway.
That's an accomplishment.
So you're in the G League. Then I saw you go to Germany.
Yeah.
You go overseas.
Yeah.
Can you let us know how that was, going to go play overseas?
Yeah, that probably was my toughest professional professional season. Just because, it was my first time being literally away from, my home, United States of America, by myself in Germany during COVID as well. So it was tough to even get family members over there to visit. It was tough to get my girlfriend over to visit. So, it was just hard for me to just adjust being in a whole different country, being on my own, not having the same type of foods, people speaking different languages around me, and literally playing, in a whole different country underneath a whole different system with different play style. Like overseas is a whole different play style than
Different rules. And
America,
stuff too.
different rules as well. Yeah. So it was definitely tough for me mentally, physically. I remember nights, just being so lonely. I would just play the game and just, I would just play the game all day because I was just so bored and so lonely. Like, you got practice, but once you're done practice, it's like, just in your house chilling.
Yeah, you're like in the middle of Germany somewhere.
Yeah. So, it wasn't, it wasn't that bad. I had its good moments as well, but it was definitely tough for me. I'm a big family guy, and I talk to my mom and dad every day. And it was just tough not seeing them. It's tough not seeing my girlfriend, like I said, and it was definitely just tough on me mentally a lot. But I also hurt myself over there, hurt my elbow. So it was just not the best season overall for me, but it made me stronger. So I was grateful for that.
Not to make any comparisons, it kind of sounds like the bubble.
Yeah.
Where like no family,
Just hoops.
food was probably whatever.
Yeah.
Who
How was
knows?
the food in Germany? I don't even know.
Listen, it wasn't, it's not going to be as great as over here, obviously, but it wasn't. Actually, I had to learn how to, like, I'm not a big chef. I had to learn how to, like, cook.
Cook. Oh, okay.
Like, I literally would FaceTime my girl, call my girl on the phone, babe, how you do this, how you make this, and she's literally, like, telling me the recipe, what to do, this and that. And it was just, it was crazy because,
Oh, it's dope, man. You were able to grow off the court.
Mind you, we're 6 hours ahead or behind, I think, over there. Ahead. So, like, mind you, I'm calling her, and it's like midday over there, and I'm at nighttime, so it's like, it's weird. So, like, the schedule's just weird, and it's just tough. It's not for everybody, and I'm definitely grateful for it.
What was the name of the team that you played for
It's
out there?
called Hackrow Crossham Marylands. Yeah,
We'll try to pull that up, Calvin.
Yeah,
Try to get you to pull that up.
it's in the BBL, the first league in Germany, the first league.
So what's something that you learned out there while playing in Germany that you would say you brought back to the States with you on the court?
On the court?
Mm-hmm.
If there was anything.
Because like you said, rules change. You're playing obviously in different talented level of people.
I just think just the physicality of the game over there is definitely more physical. They allow more, touching, grabbing, stuff like that, just little things. So it just made me stronger physically and just like, not being so soft when I got back over here and played in the United States. So I was just, I was battle tested, I guess you could say.
Kind of a testament to European players because I feel like they're all tough, especially physically, mentally. And
they are, man.
A lot of people think, oh, you're just going to push them over just because they don't play here. But those boys are hooping right now.
Those boys are tough.
You mentioned COVID. COVID hit when you were over there or before?
Before.
Oh, okay.
Before. And mind you, usually the guys from European, they've been playing professionally since they were 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, they've been in the grind. They've been in the motion.
Yeah, literally my teammate now, Nikola Jokic, he hasn't even graduated high school yet, I'm pretty sure. He's playing in the NBA.
That's so
I
crazy.
think.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think I saw something about that. That's pretty insane.
So would you say that COVID led to any opportunities for you in the NBA?
Nah, for sure. When that new
Everybody
variant,
was getting sick.
that new variant hit, they was calling up a lot of G League guys. I was having a good season in G League. I was averaging like 15, 16, shooting 40% from the three, grabbing some boards,
locking dudes up.
Yeah, so I was having a good season. I wouldn't say COVID is the full reason, but it's part of it. They was calling everybody up. The Heat called me up. And I used that as an opportunity just to show the Heat that, I'm trying to stay. I ain't trying to just be on no 10-day. I'm trying to stay.
Man.
And they just kept rocking with me, so they signed me. So I was thankful for COVID, another COVID variant come, I ain't gonna be tripping.
You're ready.
I ain't tripping.
You're war ready and you have the
there,
experience
yeah.
already.
Everybody gonna get some jobs.
So I saw you made the Sixers. You were playing with them. You logged like 5 games or so.
Yeah.
And then you weren't in the NBA for a couple years.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us what happened?
Yeah. Listen, it's one thing to get to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get there, it's tough to stay. It's
Yeah,
tough
of
to
course.
stick.
It's kind of like when people buy something that they think, oh yeah, just because I put the down payment on this, I'm good. Like yo, that note comes every month.
That's really just the first step.
Exactly.
Now it's time. The work just begun. Now it's time to work even harder to just stay, get in the rotation, try to get minutes. You know, try to make a name for yourself. You know, nobody's gonna respect you until you really make a name for yourself. You know, the coach has to trust you, stuff like that. So
and just like everything, there's someone else waiting to take your spot.
Literally.
Whether you own a store like we do, whether you play in the NBA, whether you record music.
Listen, every year a new class of rookies come in.
Yeah.
And they gonna take somebody's job because not the same amount of people retire as rookies coming in.
Oh, definitely.
So It's like, you feel me? They gonna come in and take somebody's job. So it's just it was a numbers game, kind of a little politics. Got cut by the Sixers. Try to get back. Then COVID hit, so I took a different route, came back, and eventually got back here somehow, some way. But it took a lot of perseverance.
So yeah, you had a couple 10-day contracts that you were fulfilling, and then the Miami Heat finally offered you a contract, and I believe it was for the rest of that season. Can you explain to us how that moment felt when you got the call?
Yeah, I mean, it was very satisfying. You know, that was the goal. I've been in the NBA before. The next goal was to get an actual standard contract. I was on a two-way deal with the Sixers, so I was back and forth with the G League, NBA, G League, NBA.
How hard is that? I've always wondered.
It's definitely has its challenges because, you know, they can call you the day before, you got to fly here, or the day before, you got to go there. Like, you got to be on your toes, P's and Q's for sure.
Yeah, I've seen dudes, they played, those G League games, the timing's different. So you'll play a game in the morning, and then you're suiting up in the NBA.
My first actual NBA game,
That's so crazy.
First actual NBA game, I played in the morning with the Blue Coats, signed the contract with the two-way. Then I played the evening with the Sixers against the Wizards, scored my first NBA point. One of the best days of my life, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I mean, what was the question again? I forgot.
How was that moment?
Yeah,
the moment where you got the contract for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
it wasn't a 10-day. It was like official. You're on the team.
Nah, it was a great moment. To be honest with you, as soon as I signed it, I took my little, you know, thank God. But I was right back to work because I knew, like, okay, I got that. Now it's the next goal.
Yeah, now shit got real.
Now the work just begun, you know? So it's like, once you get there, you got to keep going and get to where else you want to go. Like, you got to just keep going. You know, you can't just ever relax and chill. You got to keep going.
Of course, man. So how does it feel to be an undrafted NBA player? You feel like that helps you on the court, play with an extra chip on your shoulder, or is it just something like, man, I'm here, I'm just like you guys, and I'm going to take some more minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely I play with that chip on my shoulder for sure. Honestly, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be drafted because I went Division II, so I wasn't really getting my hopes up. Mm-hmm. I can't speak for the guys who actually names are supposed to be called on the board, but names didn't get called. That's a whole different situation. But I just looked at it as, okay, I mean, I'm going to take the hard route. I do things the hard way.
Yeah, and I could just imagine how many people give up after they get out of high school and they don't get to the college they want or something like that.
I mean, a lot of the NBA is undrafted guys or guys who had to go through the G League. Like, I don't know the exact percentage, but I'm pretty sure it's a good percentage of the NBA population have been in the G League or a G League alum or whatever. So
it makes sense. They want hard workers, and at the end of the day, you gotta be tough. So
and it prepares you to be ready for the next step.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that, you know, everybody has a different route, different path to get there, but you know, you can get there somehow.
What was your favorite NBA playoff moment this year?
Shoot, I got two. When Jimmy dropped 56 on the Bucks.
All right.
And then when we won Game 7 in Boston.
Yeah, Game 7 Boston was
crazy. We owed them that because they beat us last year, Game 7 here, so we owed them that.
Yeah, it was kind of like, it must have been like, fuck, how are we in a Game 7? We were up 3-0 on these dudes, but you guys had some injuries. Yeah. Now you step in place of Gabe, I believe it was, and you ball. Specifically on the defensive end. Yeah. Is that what you tailor your game after, playing defense?
Nah, Miami Heat, we always pride ourselves on defense. For me, I always pride myself on defense as well, so it fits perfectly. I can guard a lot of different positions. I'm versatile. So I mean, it's who I am. I'm a defender. Growing up in Baltimore, you got to be a good defender, to be honest with you, because everybody's going to attack you if you're not. And so, I mean, defense always comes first for me, for sure.
Yeah, there were some games that I'd see you play, and then I'm like, we need more Highsmith minutes. We need it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I'm here in the group chat.
Yeah.
My boys are going crazy. I'm like, you don't even know who number 24 is. He's like, that's Hightower. I'm like, it's Highsmith. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
So funny,
but yeah, like they were excited. They couldn't believe like you stepping in. Of course, you know, you're a fan. You're going through the motions. It's like, you know, Gabe is out. This person's out. But that's what the NBA is all about. Like next man up,
Fact.
especially when your backs are against the wall. But yeah, man, you stepped in, you did great, and then it led to other opportunities. I'm sure it led to more minutes and things like that. Yeah. Definitely raised some eyebrows after that game.
For sure.
So how was it making it to the NBA Finals? You know, obviously those games are different given the magnitude, what's at stake. Did game one of that Denver Nuggets game at Denver, was that like a surreal moment? Like, holy shit, I'm here. I can't believe this.
Yeah, I mean, the NBA Finals is something I've dreamed of for sure growing up, playing in, you know, being a part of. You know, it's the highest stage of basketball, last two teams playing. So, you know, the energy was crazy in Denver. The fans were going crazy. You know, we were excited. So, yeah, it was, I mean, the environment, the atmosphere is just crazy for the finals.
And,
sure.
and hey, you killed it, man. You went there game one, you dropped like 18. Believe you gave them great minutes that day, that night, and it continued the rest of the series.
Yeah.
How was it playing over there in that altitude?
I don't really read too much into it. I mean, I don't think I felt it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Once I got my second one, I was good. It was just I would run up and down the court breathing normally.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard most players say that.
I feel like dudes.
Yeah, the media makes such a big deal out of it.
I feel like dudes trying to make that as an excuse why they lose in Denver or this or that. But I mean, it's definitely like, I mean, if you got breathing problems, I would definitely say caution yourself if you're walking around in Denver or trying to hike or whatever, for sure. But I feel like if you're in good shape, you're good.
Yeah, like after the first game, your body's gonna adjust to it, and then you move on from
it's
there.
It's like what Chuck said. He said, "Oh, if it's such a big deal, why aren't there any banners in the ceiling?"
Facts.
Yeah,
facts.
What's something you learned during the finals that you think is gonna help you throughout the rest of your NBA career?
That's a good question. That was a good question. I was not ready for that question.
I like to ask the real saucy ones. Maybe there's something you don't want to give up. You could give a politically correct answer.
Something I learned in the finals that's going to prepare for my career. I mean, just play.
Because I think it's the experience.
Yeah,
like, I mean, now you've been there, you've done that.
Yeah, I mean, I could say experience for sure. We had a deep run in the playoffs, so you know we got a lot of experience, a lot of you know, knowledge and wisdom of everything that happened. So definitely experience. And I mean, Denver was they're a solid team. I give it to them. And they were just connected and they were just locked in. So, I mean, just the experience and just, you know, just being connected and playing hard, I guess.
For sure. To wrap up the first half, which one of the series do you think was the most satisfying one during the playoffs? Like
Boston.
The Boston one?
Sure. Boston.
That's what I expected.
We've been going at them for a minute now, for sure.
Is that also because of how the fans are out there? Like, playing in that building gives you that, like, extra chip on your shoulder. Like, man, fuck these guys.
Yeah, the fans, for sure. I know a few Boston fans who are actually, like, my friends. And they rub me the wrong way, too, sometimes. So, makes sense.
It says a lot.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a break so our cameras don't die on us. We'll be right back. We're back. All right, so second half is just going to be random, I guess. We'll start off with a random question. So why'd you go with number 24? I think I have a feeling why, but still want to ask.
That was the number they kind of gave me at Wheeling. I mean, well, I had to choose a number, and it was like the best one kind of available because I was one of the last people to choose the number. But, I mean, obviously Kobe, 24. I like to wear Kobe's as well as my hooping shoes. So
yeah, I always see you hooping in the Kobe's. Yeah. I think during the playoffs you were balling in the Mambasitas.
Yeah.
Black with the white sole.
I got black ones and white ones, I think.
Nice.
Mambasitas.
I forget they did make a white version of that shoe. What is it, like inversed? It's like white at the top with the number 2 and then black bottom?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's like the inverse.
Yeah, I think it's inverse.
So a few weeks back, you guys did like the end of the season interviews for, I guess, NBA media.
Yeah.
And you were referencing on there on how you wanted a bigger role next season. How confident are you in getting that bigger role? And what are some of the steps that you're kind of taking to prepare yourself for that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident in myself always. So, I mean, I'm definitely ready for a bigger role. I mean, that's the goal for me. I played a good amount last year, but I think it could be more this year, more consistent as well. So, I mean, yeah, I'm for sure ready for that. Very confident in myself. And then as far as what I'm doing, you know, right now I've just been in the gym constantly. Weight room, gym, weight room, sometimes 2 days, 3 days, whatever. Getting my body right, making sure I'm taking care of my body, massages, eating the right food, stuff like that. So, yeah.
How long after the finals did you get back in the lab?
Actually, it took me kind of like a couple weeks. Honestly, I am not just a basketball player. I have a daughter, and I have a family, I have a girlfriend. So spending time with the fam, being a dad to a crazy 2-year-old, but I love her to death.
2 is rough.
But, yeah, just spending time with them. And then after that, kind of took a little vacation. Well, I got in the gym a little bit, then took a little vacation to DR. And then ever since I've been back from DR, I've been in the gym, just working.
Well, given your track record, bro, I mean, you made it out of Archbishop Curley, you went on to D2, and you made it into the NBA. So I think you could get it done in terms of getting the bigger role that you want this upcoming year. And if not, then you could grind your way during the season and end up getting that role that you want. So has there been any maybe motivational words, any feedback from like an NBA vet of maybe one of your favorite players growing up that has given you extra motivation to just go harder?
I'll probably say Udonis. When Udonis has him, he just always tells me, like, you know.
Shout out OG.
He's always saying, stay ready, your time is coming.
Which, by the way, I saw a report. He's safe from the trade. You don't have to worry about him getting traded, so we're good on that.
Pretty sure
he's not going anywhere.
I think he's retired.
Nah, he's there.
I think he's retired.
I saw that. I'm like, bro, why are people trolling like that?
But, yeah, Udonis always tells me just stay ready and stay ready, my time is coming, just keep working. So just, yeah.
All right, kind of to piggyback off that, who would you say is your favorite player ever? And did you model your game after that player or not?
For me, I watched a lot of different players. Like I said earlier when we were talking, the greatest player of my generation is LeBron James.
Shout out LeBron.
I watched MJ a lot when I was watching The Last Dance, Netflix, and I was a big fan of him as well. Watched Kobe, watched KD. So just a mixture of those guys. I was a big KD fan. He's kind of from my area. He's from DC. I'm from Baltimore. So just kind of watching him and just, you know, the effortless scoring he does is just crazy. I wouldn't say that I mold my game after his because he's 7 feet tall, and I'm not 7 feet tall, so it's kind of tough. But I definitely try to get a couple things he has, like the left hand hezzy pull. I like that a lot. We're working on that a lot, so stuff like that.
All right, cool, man. So you just mentioned that you watched The Last Dance and Netflix. Some of these guys make fun of me, but I like to watch old games. And, like, I'll watch the full game. I don't care if it happened yesterday and I missed the first half, whatever, I'll watch it again. Being that you're in the NBA, there's a personal question for me. Do you have access to just, like, any game? You can just go to the front office and be like, yo, I need this game from 2006.
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I might need to ask you that later on.
I don't know. I can definitely look into that for you.
I was on the way back from LA. We went to go buy a bunch of vintage stuff. And I was like, man, I want to watch that Cavs-Pistons game where LeBron just went off at the end, scored like 25 straight. They won the series.
Honestly, that would be lit.
And I went on NBA.com and they had like a little, like a recap.
Okay.
It was like 30 minutes and I was like, this is not what I want. I want the full fucking game.
They should have that where you could go back and watch.
And I even I tried going on Google and finding like a website of maybe some psycho uploaded every
still
game.
Do, but they used to have ESPN Classic and they'd play random games, but not anymore.
Only the finals you can see. So like games that were in semifinals or in the conference finals, you can't really see.
Yeah, I would go back and watch some games too. So that's a good idea.
All right, we'll transition into sneakers and clothing and stuff. Are you big into like fashion and stuff like that?
Yeah, I like dressing up, like wearing nice things for sure. Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that you like vintage.
Yeah, vintage is nice. Definitely like oversized tees. Now that I'm in Miami, I'm becoming more of a shorts guy.
Okay.
When I first got here, I didn't have a lot of shorts. Now I have about 50, 100. I don't know.
Yeah, bro, shorts. You're gonna need shorts down here, man.
Especially now. It's
hot as on the way.
But you're in the NBA. You're gonna be on boats soon.
Yeah.
You need all that good drip, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
So what would you say is I don't know, what's your favorite vintage piece that you have?
I have a couple like boxing vintage tees. I have a Ric Flair one, pretty nice as
dope.
well. So something like that. I also have like a USA Dream Team one. The Dream Team, that's pretty nice.
Kind of like, what is it, like one with all of their faces on
it's
it?
like all of their faces, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, all of them, and then on the back, it's like their name and stuff like that.
It's probably the rap tee,
Yeah.
the Dream Tee rap tee.
That's a
That's a dope one. Yeah, I asked just because I have vintage shit too, but I have these shirts where it's like I constantly wear them and I'm like, damn, I love this shirt.
Yeah.
Whether it's like something simple that I got for $20 or
Simple was nice.
and I just like the style overall.
Yeah.
Like the faded look and stuff.
It's
Growing up,
it's
like
comfortable too.
your shirt got faded or wrinkled, you're like, I can't wear this to school anymore. Are you crazy? Now it's like
anymore.
the more fucked up it is,
Get more
the
fade-
better it
more
looks.
holes. Give
Yeah,
me
more
holes and
holes.
all that stuff.
That is true.
And sometimes, like even the stuff we sell here, we're like, oh my god, OBJ's buying this shirt, and it's like mangled, and it just goes to show, like it doesn't matter if it's Odell Beckham Jr. or if it's a regular person, they're gonna want that shirt mainly because of how it looks, and the style is rugged and it's different. And growing up, what was your favorite sneaker?
I was big into Jordans, probably. I guess.
How early?
I'm trying to think what sneaker was like popping when I was growing up.
You're much younger than you're younger than us, so
Younger than y'all,
different era
Yeah,
for sure.
I think Jordans were up and coming when I was in like high school. Trying to figure out like Air Force Ones were nice as well. Kind of growing up, I always gotta have a fresh pair of Air Force Ones. But I mean, I started rocking Jordans probably high school, college days, I guess. Middle school, used to wear New Balances. I think in middle school.
Yeah, my mom wasn't buying me no Jordans in middle school.
There's the 2 for $89 special.
Yeah, so you'd be
Yeah.
like, get these Adidas and Reeboks.
Reeboks.
They're both for $90. It's like, I want the Jordan. It's $100 for the one.
What about phone posits?
Oh yeah, in Baltimore we call them like dope dealers. I think they were called. I don't know why they were called that.
Shout out
Maybe
The Wire.
'cause- Yeah, maybe because
Shout
they
out
were
The Wire.
dealing dope in them. I don't know, but yeah, I had like 2 pairs of those. My brother, I had an older brother. He used to have all the shoes, and I used to just rock his.
Oh, that's dope.
And
Because I was kind of like he was old. He was like 10 years older than me. We were the same size. I was so much taller than him, so it's crazy.
no, I know. And from the DMV area, that's a sneaker that everyone like.
Iconic.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, a phone
I forgot all
posit.
about those.
Yeah.
My memory's not that good.
No, and like phone posits have kind of been trendy. I would say like.
a lot of basketball
know
shoes.
what's
So I
crazy?
see now they're gonna start
I've-
pushing.
I play with the Morris twin, and they hooping those.
It's crazy. Have you seen that dude hooping in those and like that guy?
Markeith Morris, he used to play here in Miami. I was his teammate last year. He hooped in foam deposits.
Yeah, I think he was wearing foams when him and Jokic got into it.
Yeah, maybe.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm just, how does that guy hoop in those, bro? Like,
It's like when she'd played in Forces. It was always like, how the hell is he playing in Air Force
Yeah.
One?
but I guess if you're a pro and you're
make it
you're
work.
used to it, it's like, man, I'll figure it out. They're just shoes.
They know what works best for sure. So with like fashion and like basketball, there's like that League Fits page.
Mm-hmm.
Do you pay attention to that at all? You ever
Sometimes.
try to be on there?
Uh,
There's some guys that really want to.
yeah. I mean, I don't try. I wear whatever I feel like looks nice. If I end up on there, that's nice because that
Yeah.
is a well-known page for fashion and NBA and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's pretty dope that they even started doing that because now I see the NFL doing their runways and the tunnels, and all sports should be doing that.
They do
You
it
know?
for baseball too. I just noticed it. Like,
Yeah,
the Marlins big on that.
they should take advantage of it. Why not?
Yeah.
Kind of gives like opportunity for people who make brands or people that have clothing brands or sell stuff
And
out
it
of the
helps
store.
like it helps the fans see the personality of the players also.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, it's a good way to highlight anything that person might like, and it's a good way to express yourself as a player off the court, especially.
Facts.
But yeah, I like.
And make some money too.
Yeah,
More brand.
I like seeing, especially the kids, man. Like the kids coming out of college, they're the ones that are just like on that page 24/7, and you could tell that they're really into it, and
Yeah.
it's dope to see for sure. Do you keep up with any trends when it comes to sneakers, fashion? Being that you travel a lot, maybe you go somewhere and you're like, damn, I see a lot of people wearing this. I need to get on that.
Sometimes it depends on kind of, I guess, what it is. I'm into certain things. I like Travis Scott's. Like all
Okay.
the Travis Scott. I love all them. I like Off-White a lot. Yeah, not too much, but Travis Scott's is definitely one of my favorites. Like I have like every color except for like one, I think, right now.
All right. So who would you say is like the fashion guy in the Miami Heat locker room?
I think we know.
I want his opinion
Who's
because
the fashion guy?
Yeah.
To me, I'm trying to think. Caleb is pretty good.
shout out Caleb, the twins. They came out here once.
Either Caleb or Tyler. I would say.
All right,
Caleb
hey,
or
our boy Tyler made it on there for sure.
Is that who you guys guessed? Or?
Yeah.
That was gonna be my guess. Yeah, Tyler Hero.
Caleb be putting some stuff on. For sure.
He had a fresh fit when he came through for sure.
Yeah.
It just back then I couldn't tell which one was which, but they both had on pretty fly fit.
When you guys are like traveling to other cities, do you guys like purposely go to like stores like this? Because we have like sometimes like the away teams.
Away teams come in.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. Yeah, for sure. It's a couple stores in couple different cities that I have a lot of different connections with NBA players coming into the city. I know it's a place in Chicago hit me up. It looked like a pretty dope store. I didn't get to go, but it looked like a pretty dope store to just check out and go in there. A couple places in Philly probably too as well. But yeah, I think it's a lot of different places, a lot of different cities that have like this type of vibe. Get nice vintage stuff. Can also get like some like nice stuff like Kif or Eric Emanuel, whatever, or something like that, and get nice shoes as well. So yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you go into the Eric Emanuel store and the Heat shorts are sold out.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, you walk into this random store, it's like, oh shit, I pay for the Heat. I like
Exactly.
these.
Exactly.
So yeah, for sure, and you never really know what you're gonna find in those stores too.
Yeah, definitely.
As random as they could be, I believe every store has dope items within it.
Facts.
Whether the price is right or not, that's a different story. But in terms of finding a cool item, yeah, I believe it's definitely possible.
Facts.
So what's next for you, man?
Yeah, for right now, I'm just working out.
Just
All
grinding,
season vibes,
focusing on the grind.
finding a balance of basketball, family. I'm having a little camp in my hometown, Baltimore, for some kids. Hopefully, I'll have a little camp in Miami for some kids as well. So yeah, just been grinding and just enjoying my time off in the summer. Spending a lot of time with my daughter as well, having fun.
For sure, man. You spoke highly of Wheeling.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, have you been back since making the league and going through playing in the finals and all that stuff, or do you plan on going back anytime soon?
Honestly, I haven't been back since I made the league, but I do plan on going back eventually. I just haven't found the time right now just to get there. But yeah.
Because I didn't look it up, but I can't imagine there's many NBA players that made it out of that school. So if you go out there, it's like,
yeah, I'm the first NBA.
It'd be like
player.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Nah, I definitely gotta get up back out there for sure. See some people that came across me during my path for sure.
Yeah, your buddy that you did the podcast with, your dorm neighbor.
Yeah, he still works there, right? He works there, I think.
I'm not sure, but he just said how humble you were, and he was also mentioning on how like seeing you playing in the NBA, he'd be like, hey, that's my boy, I know him, and that people wouldn't believe him and stuff like that. Has to be a great feeling, man. Just knowing that your success brings happiness to people that you once were friends with or that you shared time with.
Nah, for sure. That's a great feeling, amazing feeling. I can't explain that for sure.
So is it tough? I don't know how much you make or anything like that, but whatever. All NBA players, to me, they're millionaires. Is it tough to stay on the grind, stay focused, and still want to play ball, knowing that like, yo, you got all this bread coming in, and it's like, or you still feel that same hunger?
Not for me, because I got so much more I can get into.
Okay.
Which is not for me.
Yeah,
Maybe somebody who's on like been in the league for years and years and years, and got max contract. For me, no, I'm still chasing.
Yeah, man. Like
chasing shit.
It's always been tough for me to imagine. Like, damn, how do people get better when they're already at the top of their game and they have pretty much everything? Like,
yeah.
You have the bread. At that point, you have family situated. If not, you get whatever girl you want or however life goes for them.
I guess just making sure you're not like.
Yeah, like how do you not
sure you're
fall
not
into just like that comfortable sack and stay there? You know.
Just can't stay comfortable. Can't get too comfortable. Once you get comfortable, you get complacent, and then, everything just crumbles down. Keep the main thing. Keep going. You can always continue to get better, and you can always be, a better version of yourself somehow, some way. So just keep going.
For sure, man. Especially knowing that there's motherfuckers waiting to take your spot any given day. So, any hobbies outside of basketball?
I play Madden a little bit.
Nah, don't say that because We have to rerun that Madden tournament that never happened.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If we do that, I got myself coming out on top.
Okay, all right. We'll definitely be in contact for that for sure. Because we had a FIFA tournament.
FIFA one of those
People
tournaments.
showed out, no issue. Then we did a Madden when we're like, oh, people are really gonna come out for this. Couldn't even
It's like a lot less people play Madden.
Yeah, like couldn't fill out the bracket, and then we were just like, all right, we'll try some other time.
I can find a good amount of people to play. No.
Yeah.
See if we can
So
make it up.
Madden, that's something that you play a lot then, or are you like this guy doesn't know how to do
I'm in a couple,
audibles
I'm
on
in a-
defense and stuff?
I'm in a couple leagues. I'm pretty good. I don't play like every day because like I have responsibilities.
Of course, yeah.
But I play a good amount. Like when I'm on the road, I'm playing probably that night just because I'm not gonna know I'm on the road chilling, stuff like that. But I play a good amount.
All right. I had to take you up on that when they see
Sure.
you pop out for the tournament.
For sure.
Maybe we could make it like an event or something
That's what
where
I'm
like
saying. We can.
we do T-shirts for
Yeah,
you
we
and
can-
stuff
we
like
can
that.
Connect. We can definitely do that.
For sure, man. I think that would be dope. We've done some Heat tees in the past with like Heat inspired logos and the font. We did a couple Jimmy Butler
Yeah, we did
tees.
the playoff run was great.
Yeah.
The logo shirts.
And like the locals just love it, man. It's kind of like, even if I feel like obviously if we were to give them away like we did with that shirt when we first made it, people would just line up out the wazoo, but they still do even though it's for sale.
Yeah.
And it's like they can't wait to wear the shirt to the game. We see people at, I'm not sure if you're aware, but when you guys win the conference finals, right, and you make it to the they go crazy in Kendall and in Hialeah. And then it was like the next day we were seeing videos of people hanging the shirt out of their car, the Jimmy Butler shirt. We're like, damn, that's dope as fuck, man.
That's pretty cool. I got like a whole bunch of videos of that on my way. Like after the Boston game, it was pretty cool to watch that.
Oh, okay, so you were on the street or you saw?
No. I got videos. I was in Boston at the time.
That's
when
kind
it
of
happened.
okay. Because if you were to do that, I feel like the streets would go crazy.
Nah, that's some like Aaron Gordon stuff.
Yeah, I saw him.
He won. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. If we won the finals, I would do that. I would walk
They
around.
do it for sure after you guys win the
I would
finals.
walk-
Celebrated
if we
a couple
won the
myself.
I'll walk around any street in Miami. I don't care. Only won the finals not that many times. So
Yeah.
enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
No, I mean, I forgot who I was telling the other day. I'm like, bro, I've seen Duncan Robinson walking around Brickell.
Yeah.
Like before he became who he was, but he was still shooting, making points for the Heat. His minutes weren't, they weren't as big as they are now, but I was still surprised. Like, yo, this guy just walks around.
And he's so tall.
Yeah, and it's like he sticks out.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Duncan. I mean, we're regular people, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I get the same. People be like, when I'm walking around by myself, people be like, "What are you doing here? Like, why you by yourself?" Regular person. I'm in Walgreens trying to get something, bro. What's up? Like, I don't got no service. Yo, go get this for me real quick. Like, I gotta go get this real quick. I gotta go.
Yeah,
A
and
regular person.
I just figure, for me anyways, looking at it from the outside in, it's like, if I'm in the NBA, if I'm at a certain stature, I don't want to be bothered by people and stuff. Just trying to do day-to-day, everyday things.
I think you wouldn't see Jimmy out at a Walgreens. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I would say that.
And then if you do, it's kind of like, there's no way that's Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler.
right.
Let me keep doing my groceries.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely do want to connect on maybe getting an event done.
Yeah, the Madden tournament sounds like a great idea.
That'll be dope for sure.
So
Or
I figure
2K,
out-
man. You
So
play
I
both.
forgot which game system because I mean I don't know about that PS.
I think we got to do it with every system. That might have been the issue that we had.
Yeah.
Like maybe we got to do like, yo, it's a tournament for all systems.
Yeah.
And then run 3 different systems or 2 different systems, Xbox
Okay.
and PlayStation.
Yeah, we can.
What's your preference though?
I like Xbox.
All right, Team Xbox.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
That's how it should be.
Team Xbox over here. Fuck all that PlayStation shit. Even though PlayStation, they just got these dummies who would, I'll pay $1,000 for it. It's like people that play Xbox weren't going that crazy for the system. So
No, not at all.
I saw a post where like Xbox was like, man, it's okay. PlayStation outsells this and that's fine. But gaming wise, I've always felt like Xbox
It's the
was
long game.
a better way for me.
Yeah.
Got any more questions for me?
The only last thing I want to ask, I got to ask about culture. It's a real thing,
It is.
just to make sure. You
It
heard-
is.
you heard-
It's a real thing.
The Heat
Listen,
culture troll.
Before I got here, I didn't know anything about Heat culture. I've heard about it. I've heard the Heat are crazy. They run their plays into the ground, this and that. But once I got here, I mean, it's real. Heat culture is real. You know?
Yeah, ever since the bubble, I told all my boys that like the Heat, it's like, you don't got to worry about me trolling y'all no more. It's just LeBron left, Spoelstra still finds a way to make the finals.
Yeah.
And then it's like, besides that, when he doesn't make it, you could tell like the Heat are on a different level. Sometimes they're just a piece away.
Facts.
Sometimes they're a role player away.
Facts.
So then when he made it back this year, it's just like, yeah, this is why I decided to leave that team alone. Like, Spoelstra knows what he's doing, and that front office is gold with Pat Riley up there.
Facts.
Appreciate you coming on the show.
Appreciate you guys having me. Yep.
I guess we're going to head over to the daily side, do some shopping.
Sounds good.
All right, that'll be it. Thank you guys for tuning in.
On the Daily Pod, another one in the books.
See ya.